So you're looking for the magic key to the kingdom. What kingdom? The kingdom to an open mind when it comes to savings. Well, what kind of a magic key could open up that kingdom? Well, let's talk about it back in a minute. Good morning, good morning. This is Jan from New York City. My channel name is Jan from New York City. Saves money, and I truly love, love, love helping other people to keep some more of their own hard earned money. How's everybody doing today? And I hope, as always, that this audio video finds everybody doing well. When I was a kid, of course, growing up in the city, and it was Christmas time, we always saw images of Santa Claus because, our parents taught us about Santa Claus and gifts and all that kind of stuff, like many, many children, right? And we did have a curious question because a lot of the images on TV and in the movies was depicted of this character, Santa Claus, coming through chimneys in homes with this big, big sack of presents, right? And city kids often wondered, well, how does Santa Claus get around to apartment buildings in the city? Truly, truly. So I remember years and years ago that it was either my mother or a book or somewhere. It could have been my mom. I think my mom. The question, of course, came up, and I recall her saying, "Well, Santa has a magic key. He has a magic key to everybody's building, whether they live in the city, whether they live in a building somewhere else. But he has magic keys to places like that. He can get into any apartment." I was like, wow, a magic key. So that's what took care of that matter when it came to receiving gifts. That little magic key. Okay, of course, kids are kids and have wonderful imaginations. In fact, when I was a teacher and one of my students asked me about that, it's a good thing I had that answer right away. Don't you wish you had a magic key? Well, it's not a magic key, but I could pass along a good thought when it comes to impossibility savings. What on earth is impossibility savings? We know about possibility things, but what about impossibility savings? Well, sometimes we get so caught up and overwhelmed that we think things are absolutely impossible to happen in our lives. Okay. Sometimes people really work hard and try their best because one day they want to live in an actual house, okay, and make that purchase, okay, or let's say they want that specific, goal or extravagant vacation or whatever. I could hand you an invisible magic key, okay? How? Well, there are two words. There are two words to never, ever, ever forget. First of all, there are a couple of words that we should dismiss. And one of the words is, I can't afford it. True. Maybe at that moment, you cannot afford something. You're looking at something you really, really want it. It's not necessarily a need, it's probably a want. But we're human, and every once in a while, we want to get things we want to get, not just things we need. Just talking straight here. Am I right or am I right? All right. But let's get rid of the impossibility savings thought. Let's replace it with the possible savings thought. Two words. Well, I can't afford this right now. The two words right now denote a magic key to the savings kingdom to open up the door. Okay, what that's saying to yourself and to the world around you is, I can't afford this thing when right now, but that doesn't mean I can't afford it in a year. That doesn't mean I might not be able to afford it in 10 years. You're opening the door to possibility when you use the word right now. You see, it gives you hope. It opens the door. You open the door to a wide open space. And the wide open space is that possibility. Things can happen in between that you don't expect, like a windfall. Now, I'm not just saying just wait around for a windfall. Of course, we have to take action in our lives. We have to take positive steps. We have to, name it and claim it. We have to go for it. But just because one can't get something right this minute doesn't mean forever and ever and ever you cannot get this thing or things, okay? Let's look back at your own history, for example. A lot of people do not give themselves enough credit for their accomplishments. You know that? People are very, very quick to negatively judge their own selves. I can't do this. I shouldn't do that. I won't do this. Without ever looking back at past accomplishments and saying, but I did accomplish this. I did do that. Take a minute. It's worth it. Take a minute and pat yourself on the back. And yes, I'm saying it. Pat yourself on the back for the stuff you absolutely did accomplish. Maybe prior to that, 2 years prior to that accomplishment, if someone ever said you're going to accomplish that thing, you might have said, yeah, right. But then in actuality, because through your, good work and diligence, you did actually accomplish that task or that goal. Don't ever forget that. So too, when you apply the magic key in your mind's eye, okay, I really, really want that specific thing, but right now, I can't get it right now. That doesn't mean the rest of your life you can't get it. So give yourself that magic key. Use it as a magic wand practically, but take actionable steps. You see, here's the part that's really important. Besides opening the door to the kingdom of being able to get that thing, you want to step out of that door that is now wide open instead of keeping the door shut and lock and glued together with the, but I can't afford it. Well, that might be true for the moment of now. Okay, but we're not always in the moment of can't. We could be in the moment of we're on our way and you'll be okay. Magic key. Remember, Santa didn't only just go to the suburb type homes and slide down a chimney. In our mind's eye growing up, Santa even went to the apartment buildings. Why? Because Santa had the magic key. Where's our key? Do we lock ourselves in? Do we shelter in place for no good reason? When we can be possibility thinkers and doers. Take that magic key, and while you might be not able to get that thing right at this exact moment in time, open the door and say, well, I can't afford this thing right now. However, I'm on my way to making darn tootin' sure that I can do this one day. And you'll figure out the actionable steps to take. There you go. I just handed you an invisible magic key. It's there for the taking, but it's up to you. All right, listen, I want to ask you a question, actually. If you found any value, did you find any value in this video? If you did, even if it was just entertainment, let me know by doing this. That's wonderful. Thank you for liking and sharing this video. I truly appreciate it. All right, everybody, have an amazing, fantastic day. And don't forget, take some time for yourself today. Remember, you can do it. We can do it. Have an amazing day. Take good care now for you and your wonderful families. Bye-bye.